After the webinar, there will be two QR codes. The first one will be for a two-question competition, and the first two participants to answer will receive a gift. The second QR code will be for a certificate for attendance for the webinar. To start off, please join me in welcoming Dr. Mirza, who will walk us through the fundamentals and GMP expectations of line clearance.
Thank you, Hannah. Good evening, everyone. I am Mirza Yasir, and I am here with a wonderful topic of line clearance. We cannot eliminate the importance of line clearance in pharmaceutical operations. So, here I will come with the presentation on line clearance. So, basically, we are sharing the best practices in pharmaceutical manufacturing operations. What we are going to cover and what is the agenda of this line clearance. So first we will look the definition of line clearance, and then we will see how to perform line clearance. There are some key steps of the line clearance in this webinar, which we will see the regulatory and quality requirements, the contamination control strategy. We will link the contamination control strategy elements with the line clearance, and then the responsibility and authorization, who are responsible and authorized to perform this critical operation in pharmaceutical operations, and then the training and development. So before moving forward, I will give you 5 seconds to all the listeners. Please write down what is line clearance, what is in your mind, what is the concept of line clearance. So the time starts. Okay, now the 5 second has been completed. Now come to the definition. A system which ensures that the production area is cleared from previous components, previous documents, previous traces, equipment, and area is properly cleaned. In this definition, line clearance is talking about the clearance and cleaning of all the previous components which is present in the area, which were present in the area. It must be clean and free from all the traces of previous product. Line clearance, why line clearance is mandatory? Line clearance is mandatory to prevent the mix-up, cross-contamination, and to ensure that the product is having safety, identity, strength, purity, and quality. This SISPQ, safety, identity, strength, purity, and quality, is only possible when you perform a satisfactory line clearance. When a trained person is performing line clearance satisfactory, then you will be getting the safety, identity, strength, purity, and quality of the product. What is the criteria to perform line clearance? Line clearance cannot be started by itself. There must be a document. There must be a checklist which determines the steps you need to perform for an effective line clearance. And in order to create the checklist, there are some hotspots. There are some hidden spaces which needs to be covered in your checklist in order to identify that they are clean before performing the next operation. So prepare a checklist. The checklist must cover your equipment, your area, and the responsible person who will perform the line clearance. Identify the hotspots. The second point, the hotspots. What are the hotspots? Hotspots are the points, the hidden spaces, which are difficult to clean, which are not easily visualized by normally. You have to point out these hotspots in your line clearance. For this, you can go through the Pharmacore website and you will find an article on 5S. When you will read the 5S article, so it will be very easy for you to determine the hotspots. Hotspot. What is 5S? 5S is basically sort, set, shine, standardize, and sustain. When you perform 5S of your area, then you will properly sort everything. You will set the every required things. You will shine, means you will clean everything. You will standardize and you will prepare a checklist. So when there will be a checklist for these hotspots, so it would be very easy to perform the line clearance. And this will be included in your checklist. This will be a part of your SOP, the standard operating procedure. Then divide the line clearance into three major portions. You cannot perform cleaning before clearing. First, you have to perform the clearing stage. Who will perform the clear stage? The operator, the housekeeping staff, the in charge of the area can perform the clearing stage. Clearing stage basically involves removal of all items, either it is the document, either it is the utensils, or anything from the area in order to perform an effective line clearance and clear everything as per the checklist. The housekeeping staff is responsible to remove the waste, the hazardous waste, the non hazardous waste before starting the operation. Now, the next stage is the cleaning stage. In this stage, they are responsible to properly clean the floor, walls, ducts to ensure that no traces, no dust, no dirt of previous product is present in the area. Area is clearly shiny and satisfactory. Now comes the checking stage. The checking stage is done by operators, supervisor, and QA inspector. This is three-level verification. First, operator will see whether I have performed the clearing and cleaning satisfactory or not. And then for the assurance of operator activity, supervisor will confirm everything that everything is clear and clean. And the third level check is quality assurance inspector, who will perform, uh, who will authorize that the area is clear and clean, and there is no previous traces of previous product, so you can perform the manufacturing operation. So, what regulatory standards define contamination control strategy? All the pharmacists and the persons who are working in pharmaceutical operations are aware with the term contamination and cross contamination. So when there is the contamination and cross contamination, there must be a contamination control strategy. So I would like to ask one more question to all the audience. Contamination control strategy, what could be the elements which I can link with the line clearance in this webinar? So you may write it down, or you may note. We will discuss in the next slide. The objective of good manufacturing practices include the prevention of possible contamination and cross-contamination of pharmaceutical starting material and product. This is the objective of good manufacturing practice. And in order to perform the good manufacturing practices, you have to follow the steps, the criteria of line clearance. If there is no line clearance, there is no manufacturing, there is no packaging operation. This is basically the importance and the role of line clearance in the pharmaceutical world. Okay, so in the previous slide, I talked about the elements. So these are the elements which you can link with the line clearance. The premises and the equipment, the very first element. The premises, the checklist must include your premises, must cover the hot spots of the premises. But the checklist of the line clearance must cover the equipment, must cover the uh, equipment hot spots as well. The utilities may include the uh, supply ducts, the return ducts must be cleaned before carrying out the next operation. The process design and associated document. The process design, your checklist is very much important and it must be recorded. Everything should be recorded. This is the good practice of data integrity principle. The personnel, the personnel who is involved in the line clearance process is properly trained and authorized to perform the line clearance. Because only trained person who is aware with the hot spots, who is aware with the line clearance, who has done and passed the challenge test is capable to perform a satisfactory line clearance. Now, the process of the cleaning and disinfection that will ensure that your area is shiny, your area is not contaminated, and your next product cannot be cross contaminated with any with the previous product. So here we come the responsibility and authorization. Who is responsible for the line clearance? The operator, the area in charge, who ensures that he has removed everything before the line clearance verification. He works as per the established checklist of the line clearance. I have already talked about line clearance checklist in my previous slides. Uh, the operator can't memorize everything in his mind. There must be a checklist that must be the part of the batch document. So the checklist should cover every aspect, like the equipment, the area, the utensils, the utilities, the personnel who is performing the line clearance. And then the second duty to ensure that the line clearance has been done is production pharmacist. He is allocated to perform the line clearance check. He will ensure that everything has done as per the checklist and operator has done its confirmation as well. He will check that the equipment is free from any contaminant, any particle. He will check that no previous traces of product is present in the area. Area is cleared from previous product. Now, the last is the authorization. Quality assurance inspector will be responsible to verify all the activities has been done, and the production pharmacist has checked that everything is clear and clean, and now the area is satisfactory for the manufacturing of the next product. So, regulatory and quality requirements. Before packaging operations are begun, steps should be taken to ensure that work area, packaging line, printing machine, and other equipment are clean and free from any products, material, document used previously, which are not required for the current operation. So, in this definition, you see the packaging lines, the printing machines, and the other equipment. Other equipment may include the weighing balance, the temperature recorder. So, even the line clearance is not confined to the manufacturing operations. Line clearance is mandatory for packaging lines. Line clearance is mandatory for printing machines. Why line clearance is important for packaging lines and printing machines? The answer is because you are running a product A on printing machine. So the unit carton of product A may mix with the next product, which may be product B or product C. So this may mislead uh, this may mislead the product. Regulatory standards in WHO and fixed guideline, what they say about the line clearance. The line clearance should be performed according to an appropriate procedure and checklist and recorded. WHO and regulatory standards covered all the aspects which I shared with you in this webinar earlier. Like there must be a checklist, there must be approved procedure, and every activity must be recorded. Every check should be done and recorded. This is the best data integrity practices in pharmaceutical world. Now, the training and development. like who can perform, how we can train the staff on line clearance. So it is the responsibility of operations to induct refresher trainings for the already trained staff, and training for the new individuals, and the qualification of new individual, and all and the individual all the individuals, so the new individual must be done. What would be the criteria for the qualification? So there must be a evaluation process after he has got a theoretical training. You would allow him to perform a challenge test for the new inductees. Like you will hide some dummies on the hotspot points, and the trainee has to recover all the dummies. For example, there are 5 dummies, and you hide on different spaces on the hotspots, and you ask trainee to recover. If the trainee is successful to recover all the dummies, so he is successful, and he is qualified for the line clearance training. And if he fails to recover, then you have to perform the retraining. And there must be a SOP of line clearance for the training, which will define the procedure, like in detail, like how you can perform the clearing stage, how you can perform the cleaning stage, and how would you check that the clearing and cleaning stage has been done successfully. A successful line clearance ensures that your product is 100% pure, because line clearance prevents the mix up with the previous product, and resulting in 100% purity of product. Line clearance prevent contamination. Clearance enhance GMP compliance and the patient safety. Do you see the picture on the left side of this screen? You see that there is a blister in the hand of an old lady. She's thinking that a black tablet in the blister. So she thought that this might be the environmental effect of the tablet, and she is completely satisfied with the company profile, and she has already taken this medicine earlier since long. So she is satisfied with the company and the product. She is taking this medication due to her trust on the company. And what goes next? She went to the hospital. Why? Because she has taken a wrong medication. She had a trust on the company, and she has taken a wrong medicine because line clearance was not done successfully, and this was the mix up, black tablet mixed with the original tablet. And just because of her trust on the product and the company, she took this medication. So the line clearance failure can lead to severe consequences, even can take the life of the patient. So, in order to save the life, in order to ensure a good product, in order to manufacture a product with the standard of safety, identity, strength, purity, and quality, the procedure of line clearance must be adopted, uh, and uh, should be done by every trained individual. So, I hope you enjoyed the line clearance webinar, and I'll be waiting for your questions at the end of this webinar. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Mujtaba to share a very important topic in pharma world, that is the in-process control check. Over to you, Mujtaba.
Thank you very Mirza. Thank you very much, Dr. Mirza Yasir, and a very nice, interactive, and informative sessions regarding line clearance. Uh, in IPC, in today's session, we will have to discuss regarding the IPC and the process quality assurance, the need for IPC, uniformity and defects detection, responsibilities, challenges in IPC, and data integrity in IPC. Going forward, uh, now we will have to check that what the guidelines is regarding IPC. In TRS 986, it is clearly mentioned that in process control checks, the checks performed during production in order to monitor and, if necessary, to adjust the process to ensure that the product conform to its specification. It means that IPC is a very, play a very vital role in the production operations because it tell us or it tell you that where is our production going on. I mean, in which direction the production operation is going on, whether it meets our specification or it deviates. The control of the environment or equipment may also regard as a part of in-process control. So it means that IPC is is a type of systematic observation. It observes your system. I mean, the system means that your environment. The system means that your machine, whether the machine complies with the current GMP or not. IPC and process quality assurance. So here in this slide, what does it means? In process control or mandatory that ensure that the product meeting with its safety, identity, purity, and quality. So it means that it is IPC that tell you that the product is safe, because in IPC you'll have to check if, for example, I'm talking about the weight of the tablets. You will have to check the weight of the tablets after certain defined frequency. You'll have to check the hardness of the tablet. You'll have to check even the its resolution rate. So it means that half and more than half, it tell you on the floor of the production that the process of your production operation meet with the quality or not. All the critical process parameters need to be apart in the process control check to meet the final finished dosage form as per the standard. So critical process parameter is very important in the current CGMP guidelines. It is clearly mentioned in, and even they have stressed that you will have to cover especially the critical process parameter in IPC as well, like the speed of the machine, like the mixing time and the blending time, and so on. Now, the question is how uniformity and defects can be detected. What, why defects happen, how to control defects, and to maintain the product uniformity. So there are, three-level checks. Here again, as Mr. Dr. Mirza mentioned earlier in line clearance session, so here the case is also the same. In IPC, there is also a three-level check. First, the operator should check the dose or the vial or the bottle, I mean the weight or even the hardness, whatever is that. First, you know, operator is responsible in order to check the weight. For example, I take the weight of the tablet, and after that, the supervisor, the production supervisor, maybe a pharmacist or chemist, then he will have to cross-check the weight of the operator that that he mentioned in the BMR or in IPC sheet. And after that, the quality assurance inspector, he will have to check, again. I mean, three-level check here. First, the operator, supervisor, and quality inspector. In this case, operator is the can be operator is very expert, and he's the master of machine, and he know the behavior of the machine. If operator is a good and a skillful person, so he can even if indeed if there may be challenges, but he can overcome all the challenges regarding the technicalities, I mean regarding the technical problems. Second, as in the dawn, it is mentioned as well that it can be done via the process control. So it means that you have a process control in order to maintain the uniformity of the tablet. By the help of the process control, you have a better idea, you can get a better idea about the tablets, that whether it is going in a good direction or it moves toward the deviation. It can be maintained sorry, by defined frequency for the in-process check. Now, in IPC, frequency play an important role. That after how many minutes, after how many hours, you will have to check, the weight of the tablet or the hardness of the tablets. So no one can, say from his self that you have to take after every 30 minutes or after every 20 minutes or even after 1 hour. It is, the frequency can be defined during the validation badges. You will have to define the frequency for the product that after or every 30 minutes, you will have to check the weight of the tablet, or after every 1 hour, you'll have to check the weight of the tablet. So it means it depends, the frequency is defined, the frequency can be defined in the validation during the validation badges. You can't define from yourself, and neither you can change from yourself that, for example, today you're checking the weight of the 20 tablets after every 30 minutes, and tomorrow you will check the weight of the 20 tablets after every 10 minutes. No. So you'll have to validate the process, and the frequency is also a part of the validation. It can be validated at the time of the validation badges. There is one, a case study. I hope that you're all with me. Uh, a product XYZ having a badge number 004 was compressed on date this. The operator of the tablet compression machine collect 20 tablets to check their weight. The tablets were found to be within the specified range. The operator then submitted these tablets to the production supervisor for verification. The supervisor also found all the tablets within the acceptable range and forwarded them to the quality assurance inspector for further verification. The quality assurance inspector confirmed the same result. What happened when did all of the, as I mentioned earlier, that the three checks are very important. I mean, operator check, production supervisor check, and quality assurance inspector check. They have checked the tablets, and they found that the tablet, the weight of the tablet is in with a specified range. What happened after the compression? The badge was the badge then completely compressed and packed. Now going forward, what happened? Incident happened. Now you have 30 seconds. You can you can say, you can write that what can be the accident. Now three checks were okay, check by super operator okay. If you check, if you go backward, I mean in the back slide, all of three checks verification are okay. Operator checks okay, uh, production supervisor checks okay, and also quality assurance inspector checks were also found okay. But despite all these, again we got an incident. Now what can be the incident? You have 30 minutes and you can, sorry, 30 seconds. You can add your input. Okay, going forward, let's see what happened. The company received a market complaint stating that the tablet weight were out of the specification. This was the incident. Now the question is that what could be the incident? What happened with the badge? Where is the mistake? where is the deviations. Actually, I have to give a 30 seconds here, and again I give you 10 seconds here to think that what could happen with the badge. Going forward, an investigation and finding what happened. The Now this is this is very important. That is why guideline very stress on the IPC, that what done in the investigation and investigation finding, the operator had only tablet that were within the acceptable range. Okay, now what happened here in this case, the quality assurance inspector as well as the production pharmacist or the production supervisor, the operator were giving the tablets, and they were weighing the same tablets. So what the operator were doing, he was getting the selected tablets, all those tablets which were in the range, and after that the operator gave these tablets to the production supervisor, and after production supervisor he gave these tablets to the quality assurance inspector. This was the findings. Now what was the root cause? The root cause was that the production supervisor and the quality assurance inspector had relied entirely on the operator sampling, which lead to oversight. So it means that in this case, in IPC control, in IPC checks, everyone will have to take the tablet from the badge. You cannot rely on anyone, especially in we this practice is I mean an industrial, that because of the good friendship with the operator or with the quality assurance inspector, they just tell to the operator that please give the tablet, and the operator give the tablet, and the production supervisor or even a quality assurance inspector, what he do, he just take that fit which is taken by the operator, which the operator gave to them, and check these tablets. So in this case, in IPC control, you are responsible to check the tablets, to take the tablets by yourself, not depending on any other, not relying on any other. Okay, IPC challenges and data integrity, especially in many cases, uh, data principle, which is Alcoa principle, that can be easily violated, which shouldn't be. In order to perform an IPC, pharmacist and product controller must follow data integrity principle, that is Alcoa principle, which is the data integrity principle. Especially here in this case, the production supervisor or either the quality assurance inspector, they are not following the Alcoa principle. What is Alcoa principle? It is a very big topic. We will hopefully will cover in the future this topic, but I can just say that this small in a smaller word, that Alcoa principle says that what you have done should be written, and what is written should be performed. So this is the Alcoa principle. Now again, we have going forward, we have an examples which can be easily understandable. That is, this is the IPC sheet, and here the quality inspector took the 4 bottles, and he took the reading of all. He write the reading of all the day. You can see the operation started at 2:15, and after 2:15 he left the space for the production supervisor, and again he write, then again left the space for the production supervisor, then again he write his own reading even till end. So it means that he hasn't, the inspector, the quality inspector hasn't checked the volume of, or the weight of the tablet, or the volume of the bottles. So this is here in this case, is it it is a violation of the data integrity, and in current CGMP, the violation of data integrity is considered to be the crime in the industrial I mean in pharmaceutical industry, because it is very important. Such type of mistakes can lead to, even to, you can get a very bad result. I mean that such type of data integrity can lead even to deterioration of the whole batch, as we have studied one a case study in the previous case, that they were totally relying on the operator. So here it is, the moral responsibility of all the quality assurance inspector, even the production pharmacist, even the operator, that they should write what is real, what is actual. Okay, measuring CCP in IPC. What are the CCPs and why it is important? Critical process parameter, and these are very important because they can impact directly on the product quality, the product attribute. The CCP, maybe if I talk in I in the oral dosage form, it can be the granulation time, it can be the drying time, the airflow, the mixing time. If I talk about the sterile, it can be the filtration time, it can be the filling time. So all these should be covered. All this CCP should be covered in IPC. For example, if you want to take the first check, so you will have to first check the speed of the machine, whether the speed of the machine is within the range or not, because the speed of machine also need to be validated, especially in the validation badges. And increase, in the speed can also get, or can also lead to deviations. CCP must be measured during the IPC control to assure that a product has been manufactured via validated document, authorized procedure. This is was all about for from my side. Thank you very much. If you have any question, you can pull in the poll. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Mustafa, please. Yes. Dr. Mustafa, could you please stop sharing?
Yes, I will. Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mirza and Dr. Mustafa, for such insightful presentation. I'm gonna walk you in 2 minutes through Pharmacores. So Pharmacores is all what pharmaceutical industry needs in one place. We are now based in London, UK, and in Giza, Egypt, and we have teams in 13 countries now. Our main core services are four. The first one is e-library. The second one is courses. The third one is consultation services. And finally, the AI solution. You can now check our e-library page. You will find more than 100 articles written by our pharmaceutical experts. You can also check our courses, our available courses now on the website. And also our consultation services. And finally, our AI, which will serve as your go-to person for assistance and guidance if you need any assistance in the pharmaceutical field. It will answer your questions right away. You can now join our team as a course instructor, consultant, or a content writer by sending your CV to hr@pharmacourse.com. And this is the competition form. I will leave it for 30 seconds. Please scan it. Yes, Dr. Bahar.
Hello, I have a question for Mirza and Mustafa.
Sure.
Hello,
Hello, Dr. Bhav.
I have a question for you, for both of you.
Okay.
As a pharmaceutical manager, How can you ensure that line clearance and IBC procedure are applied correctly within your organization?
Okay, okay, very nice question. In my case study, I have earlier talked about an incident. That incident was basically the result of carelessness and not conducting the duty and not taking the responsibility. So the answer is that when you are creating a procedure for the line clearance or the in process control, so the steps must be cleared, that who will perform, when will perform, and how will perform. Basically, the concept of 5W1H: what, when, where, which, and how. So, as Dr. Mujtaba said in his presentation and gave an example of a tablet that was not identified during the in-process control check. So, it could have been it could had been identified. Like if what what they have taken, what they are doing, they are performing in process. They are performing in process of the tablet weight, so they must collect the sample by themselves, and they must weigh the total number of punches of the tableting machine at the startup, and there must be the standard procedure as well. And for a successful line clearance, uh, you must avoid uh, you must perform a 5S first, and then you must have a checklist, and you must perform the line clearance as per the checklist. The checklist must be standardized. The checklist must cover all the aspects of the equipment, of the area, and all the hidden spots. So, by considering all these aspects, we can prevent any mistake in line clearance and in process control. Thank you.
I add one thing, as Dr. Mirza explained briefly very well, Dr. Baha. You need to teach them. You need to to tell the moral, their moral responses, their moral activities. That what is your moral activities by giving them, a training. And nowadays in pharmaceutical industry, one there is the emotional leadership. One another thing now coming in the now industry, emotional leadership. You will have to you will have to express the consequences of the wrong IPC, that what can happen by telling us by telling, by giving an example. And you will have to I mean to teach them that if the all the the IPC is not covered perfectly, what can be the consequences? It can come, this you, even your family member can face this, my family member can face this. So you will have to teach them, I am with you up to certain extent, that if a person come that he's not doing even in a correct way, so you can't catch, you can't catch them, but you will have to train them. You'll have to train that how you, what is your responsibility, and how to control all these. If not control, what could happen? What is the impact of this on the society? What is the impact of this on, even on my family, on your family? So I think we should also cover this as well. I mean, emotional leadership as well, so that they should be aware about their prime responsibility.
Thank you, Dr. Mirza and Dr. Mustafa.
Thank you so much.
Please scan this QR code to get your certificates now, and please make sure to write the name you want to appear on the certificate. Also, don't forget to check out related articles on our e-library and stay tuned for our next webinar. This is a survey. You'll enter your information and you'll then get your certificate. Thank you so much and see you next time.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Hannah.